Well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, maybe where you're at. Who knows? It's that time again. It's our virtual happy hour right here from my patio. Take it away, intro. And the groovy intro is in the books. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday, wherever you're watching worldwide, perhaps just around the corner, perhaps some other state, perhaps another country, wherever you are. We're glad you're along today. Virtual happy hour. The open sign is up. Let's go ahead and pull that up for you because it is. We're open. There we go. The open sign is up. We're glad you are along here on Wednesday. I'm glad. Behind me, my wife is working hard. She's tirelessly working behind me there. She's some kind of school thing that she's blowing and going on. Let's pull that open sign down. Hope you guys are doing good today. Let's see. First off, happy Wednesday. Overcast today here. I'm going to put those numbers up, don't I? I didn't put the quarantine days up because really technically we're still sort of in that mode. So let's go ahead and go to day 60. I did not check the thermometer. Let's see what the temperature is locally. It's been overcast today, but fairly nice, so not real humid. Really kind of a decent, I could see some sleeves being worn around sunset. Let's double check and see what we've got temperature-wise. Currently in the DFW, 77 glorious Fahrenheit degrees. So that's where we're at here. And let's put that up on the screen as well for you because it was 91 on Monday. That's crazy. Sorry, I'm really producing on the fly here. Nothing like some show prep, huh? Not 770. There we go. You'd like to join us? You can do it right there. There's your link right there on the virtual happy hour link. And it is up and ready to go. I'd love to have you folks chime in and tell us what's going on. Let me kind of adjust the camera here just a bit. I got some new gear today, but it came so late with the busy broadcast this morning with the earlier today with the T-Bone show. I'm just not able to get it all going. I got some new gear. Got piece one of maybe 4 items that are going to make these little shows even better. Hopefully, we'll even sound better because the audio is something I'm working on, and we'll get that going as well. So all good with that. Caroline got a new desk. She's excited about that. We actually unloaded the car a few minutes ago. Got it on Facebook Marketplace, and she is up there busy right now getting her new desk in order in her room. So all excited for the college junior to be come up in the fall. But glad you guys are along there. There's the link. Chime in as well. Love to hear from you wherever you're watching me. Just hope you're doing well. If you're wondering what the heck's he doing, A is to feed my broadcast itch, which is pretty itchy. Is that what it is? It's itchy. And then the other is to unite, as I like to say, all you guys as friends is, let me pull the volume down here, all my mates around the world. Oops, sorry about that. It's like I pluck a flower from here, a flower from there. I have this one virtual friend garden, and that's what we're all doing here and just catching up. So mention you can actually go to the link and join me live, and someone that's doing that right now is coming to us from one and only Elkhart, Indiana. It's always the way we start our show. It's Mom Cam. Mom, can you read me over?
Over. I read you. I'm the blooming idiot in your flowers.
What? Oh, is that a certain type of flower that I don't know about?
Well, I don't know. I just wanted to add to your garden. I thought maybe I could be the blooming idiot.
I have a little hard time with the hairdo today. I'm not sure what's going on. It's kind of off filter. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Hey, maybe it's a new trend you're setting.
I don't know. Like I got a crooked head. It's bizarre. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know anyway. But all good. So how are things up there? A lot of rain in Michigan. Did you guys get that there in Pawnee or?
The river is supposed to be between now and Monday. I could have a little bit of water from the river in my backyard, but it's right now. It's at the doctor's house across the river. It's a little, So yeah, up in Michigan, About mid Michigan, it's really a dam broke, and the dam broke, and yeah,
Hmm.
it was not good during this quarantine time. Yeah, we're supposed to river's supposed to crest because we're supposed to have rain. We didn't have rain today, but we'll have rain for 3 out of the next 5 days. So it's not looking pretty. But I've still got the
Huh.
sandbags around my back, my walkout like I had about 2 years ago. So I'm prepared. So
All right.
anyway,
All right. Well, you're okay though as far as flood level. You're up
yeah,
above
yeah,
where the house
yeah.
was.
Well, yeah. Even the last time, which was the most rain and the most flooding we've ever had, it didn't even come up. It was about halfway up the hill. I mean, not hill, but halfway up past the where the wedding venue is. That one
Uh
Lalo
huh.
and Leslie married. It was past that, but that's about as far as it got. So, um, anyway, yeah, and I'm enjoying my carry out from Artisan. Oh my goodness, that guy,
That place,
Josh.
that artisan. Where is that place?
It's
Well, they
downtown.
make what they have up there. Artisan like sandwiches or
No, it's one of the top restaurants in the state, and on Open Table, a I don't know, one of the top 100 in the country. But you know, Brad is like your
huh?
adopted grandson, your adopted nephew that runs it, and as part
What am
owner.
I
You haven't
old?
met, huh? I don't think you've met him
What
yet,
am I
have you?
old or something? I'm a grandkid or what? Yeah,
Well,
I think so.
he's only 29 years old, so there you go. So anyway, but yeah, I'm
You're not a
having,
kid when I was 6.
huh? Pardon?
Nothing. Go ahead. Sorry.
Um,
No, I'm
uh,
just being funny. Go ahead.
oh, Josh is the chef, and he came from Indy, and their food is truly artisan style. It's highfalutin and fancy, but it's a great restaurant. And what happened was I can park in the back and pick up my carry out. Well, the whole wait staff with their masks and their black outfits on came out and walked past me because they missed me. So aren't you feeling special? So I felt real special
So
because
like a ninja, like ninja waitresses, huh?
yeah, well they're about the bartender and
Ninja.
six others, and they have to wear masks and all that stuff, and uh, in the restaurant. But they came out because they've been missing me because I'm the resident person that holds up the end of the bar. So, but we can't go to you can't have the bars open. So anyway,
Yeah, I was going
so
to ask you. I mean, one of the laws that's happened here, Mom. I don't know if I've even mentioned this to you on the phone, but because of this whole deal, TABC, which runs the liquor laws in Texas, is kind of its own little racket. It's a tax haven. I mean, it's a tax revenue source big time for the state. But they have a lot of crazy rules. But one of them has been booze to go. You can't get booze to go unless you go to a package store. But now you can actually get, if you go to restaurant A, now certain restaurants are allowed to. It happened to us. We went and bought Cinco de Mayo. We got food from one of our favorite restaurants, and they had a couple margaritas for us to go, which was back in the day. It was unheard of. So
yeah.
you guys get drinks to go in Indiana or
Uh,
not?
Not, I don't believe so. I think they will. What they can sell you is the mixings for it, but you have to buy a whole
Okay,
bottle of. If you want a dirty martini, you have to buy the whole bottle of vodka and the mixings to go with it. But they
gotcha.
can't serve. So Friday the 22nd, the rules change. I'm not sure what's going to happen on Friday. If
You guys are
it looks like.
getting horseless carriages or
Yep. Well, we're going to do like the Amish probably, but anyway.
nothing? Forget it. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
but anyway, so I have my asparagus salad. Oh, and it's got a.
Hello to all the Amish out there watching, by the way.
Oh well, okay, but hey, I doubt that they don't have TV, unless they're
Not to
watching.
kid. I'm being funny. They're not watching. I'm just saying.
All right,
Hello,
yeah.
all the Amish out there tuning in.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
And
mean, they're not tuning in.
I'm having asparagus salad, which is a new thing of Josh's. It's real. It has a the sauce is incredible, and I'm having a crab cake. And what I love about it, it's got jalapenos in it, and their
Huh?
crab,
How about
their
that?
crab, their crab is not all compacted. It's flaky, and it's. And then I also have
Oh,
creme brulee, but
it's
I'll have that
Indiana
later.
crab.
Huh?
It's Indiana crab. It's Indiana crab. It's even special. It's got from Lake Michigan, right?
No, I doubt it. I don't know where they get it.
Okay.
All their food, it's
Oh,
like a farm to table, but it's fancy stuff. And
I got you. I got you.
anyway, so I will get off so you can address other people. But yeah,
All right. Well,
I'm
glad you're
getting my
doing well,
hair.
Mom. We love you very much. I hope you're having a good afternoon.
Yeah, well, your sister's mad at me because I'm going to
Your
get
hair
my
done?
hair done tomorrow, but she says I shouldn't. But there's some really strict guidelines.
Well, I
So
mean, what do you? It's either that or caps. I mean, either wear a cap or
and I
get your
don't
hair
like,
done. I mean, it's a
I
tough
don't like
call.
cap. I don't like caps. So there you go.
I know.
So things
So I
are
guess
going
you
good.
got to get your hair done.
Okay, I'm out of here.
Love you, Mom.
Love you too. I'll be
That's
on
Mom Cam. Good to see Mom.
Huh?
You'll be watching.
I will
You'll be
watching.
watching. All right, there she goes. That's my mom. They're in Indiana. Lovely, lovely day in Indiana, I'm sure. But they had a lot of rain up in Michigan, and they're just. She's actually located. Oh, gosh, I would imagine 6 miles, 7 miles, maybe from the border of Michigan. That area of Indiana where they're at, the Elkhart or South Bend Elkhart area, and really by Notre Dame. People know this, but right by Notre Dame, they're on the Indiana Toll Road, which goes. I mean, I talked about this east-west across the northern part of Indiana, connects Ohio to Illinois, right through Indiana. Really, there are places that one side of the road is Michigan, one side's Indiana, and just from Notre Dame's exit right there, I want to say it's like a mile, 2 miles, maybe at the most, not even that far, maybe like a mile from Indiana to Michigan. So you're literally right just inside the border of Indiana, Michigan. But that's where they have that rain north of there, way up toward Midland, which is north of way north there. But still, a lot of rain in that area. So glad they're doing well. Good to see Donna, Christy, and others out there. Pretzel time for me. All right, let's see here. Oh, I have some notes here. There we go. Show notes. Not terrible. My wife, again, is in the other room. She may or may not join us. An eternal meeting, she says. Hope to join us soon. So I'll hold the fort down. That's finally a comment coming out there. There we go. Love these pretzels. I love the little pretzel sticks. How's everybody doing today? Tell me something. Give me something I can print, all right? Give me something I can print. How about let me know what's going on in your neck of the woods? How are things? What did you do? What have you been doing this week? Gosh, I have this thing going here. I'm not really sure what's going on, but obviously we all need a barber or some such. My wife did a really good job cutting my hair, though, so it's been actually fairly decent. A couple questions were brought up on Monday, one of which was, there's the link right there. You can join me here. I'm not sure why I'm not getting all the traffic here, but glad you guys are along. You can join me right there live. And this is probably going to put some of you folks right to sleep. Some of you folks may not go to sleep, but Ryan Hyatt, my mate in Lubbock, asked me on Monday what were he's doing a show in Lubbock on 1340 AM out there, and with this whole, last dance of the Bulls and their legacy with Michael Jordan and that run they went on. We talk about sports dynasties in this country a lot. Ryan asked me about sports dynasties in Australia and got me thinking, doing a little research today, and I did do a little research. And as we looks like Mom's got, what did Mom say? She's got two eternal meetings today starting at 7:30 a.m. Watch the Steak. Yes, you did. I did see you on there. Yes, I did see you on there. Let's see your comments on Facebook Live appear on Be Live. Yes, they do, which is pretty cool. Let's see here. What else we got here? I'll go back to the dynasties. Love the Steakhouse today. Good to see Brad Denning. Yes, it was great. Had a good show today. Really good show. T-Bone's baseball show, which I do on Wednesdays on my Facebook channel now. We had Denning Gehrig and Brad Allred. They're the broadcasters with Cleburne, the Cleburne Railroaders in Cleburne, Texas, and two of my favorite folks. And they are just Having worked in a 2-man broadcast booth myself in Australia, and actually sometimes 3 and 4-man broadcast booth crews, I miss my teammates, my baseball wives, I call them, or husbands, whatever, over in Australia. And they've been a 2-man booth when you're really close, you become friends. I know Denning and Brad R., and of course Michael Dixon, who was with Brad before on the air, but had a great conversation today about Cleburne, about baseball, just in general, just really good stuff. So I appreciated that. But all good to have them on the show today. That show, by the way, airs on Wednesdays at noon. If you want to see it, there's actually you can go to my Facebook page, see that, or you can go to YouTube. All the shows are archived on my YouTube page. Just go to Dan Vaughn, VAUGHAN. I'll put that up for you. The reminder here, a little YouTube reminder. But let's do YouTube. I need probably to put a graphic up for you. There we go. This is all you got to do. And just go there, and you will, right there. That's all you got to do. And you'll find the YouTube channel. It's got the steakhouse shows and these shows as well. I'll be putting some cooking shows up there as well. It's not, you're not gonna rewire your house or fashion tips or whatever, something like that. Most YouTubers are really focused in a niche, and I'm just using mine as a clearinghouse right now. I may get more niche involved as the summer goes along, but right now it's just a place to dump all those videos, and you can kind of take your time perusing them, if you will. And if you don't want to, that's all good. Speaking of Brad, as he joins me as well, but joins us on the line, but appreciate his time today. If you missed that a moment ago. All right. Ryan Hyatt asked me what the Australian sports dynasties are, or what they might be. Australia sport is the Olympic dynasties, pretty much what the Australians have had the last 30 years have been almost a revolving door of gold medal caliber champions in swimming. So swimming's always been a big sport in Australia. So not so much the national team, but individually, guys like Ian Thorpe, people like that, Kieran Perkins, but that's kind of been the national dynasty. But team sport we're talking about, not so much individuals. Couple of things that come to mind Australia-wise. The Davis Cup team for the Australians, the 1950 to 1967 was an Australian dynasty in the Davis Cup, and they were the most successful Davis Cup team in the world at the time. Of course, the Davis Cup is a team tennis event, worldwide tennis event. Usually it's I believe they play them in brackets, don't they? Like Australia would play New Zealand, and then they'd move on to play India, and eventually you'd play a Davis Cup. I believe that's how it works. I'm not up on my Davis Cup. I'm up on the Australian Open, but that's one of the Australian dynasties early on. And then most of their dynasties are going to be cricket or rugby or footy. Now, I mentioned on Monday, that footy, which is the Australian rules football, you guys have seen them. They bounce the ball up, and it's looks like they're sort of playing rugby, but also playing soccer, but also playing U.S. football, all very similar. They go up and catch the ball like you would as a wide receiver going deep, but at the same time, they kick it once in a while and drop kick it, and it's a really cool sport. I really gotten into Australian rules football, Aussie rules they call it, the AFL. My team that I barrack for is the Sydney Swans. They are based there in Sydney. They been fairly successful the last, since 2006 or so. A couple of premierships, and they've been in the grand final as well. But that's not a dynasty, but that's who I follow. A couple of teams that won the most titles would be Essendon and Carlton. And Essendon is located just to the east of Melbourne Airport, between the Melbourne Airport and the Central Business District. And Carlton, I believe, is located from the CBD in Melbourne, would be kind of north, I believe, but it's an area of Melbourne. And those are the two that both won 16 titles. But as far as dynasties, really got to look at rugby and cricket for the Australians. I may pull up your comments as well. Sorry about that, guys. Fell behind that. What we got here? Other people are out buying fashionable. Yes, they're out there buying fashionable masks. They're doing that. Let's see here. They want a free, brand new, unopened Google Home Mini. We're giving one away. Who's giving one away? What are you talking about? Are we giving something away? I didn't know we had prizes to give away. What's my marketing department doing? My marketing department's doing things without telling me. Where's my appearance fee, by the way? Will I get my appearance fee here? So back to the Australian Sports Dynasties, Ryan. As I promised this research on Monday, and I knew it was going to be cricket or rugby. And rugby's got two codes. What I mean by codes, how do I explain this in North American terms? Let's just say that baseball had a version where it played 7 innings, you used 6 players, and maybe used a ball that's a little bigger. But it's still baseball. It still looked the same. It still played pretty much the same. And that was one version of baseball. Then you have the version of baseball we see in the big leagues, the minor leagues. That'd be other version. And the word is code. You'd have one code of rules for that first one, a second code for the second one. And once you'll hear me reference the word code on broadcast, I'll even say sporting code or whatever. Oftentimes I'll say that, meaning the college game's a little different. Their code's a little different in baseball with aluminum bats and what have you. And then the big leagues are a little different. And there's a little subtle differences in each baseball code. Well, rugby has 2 separate worldwide codes, one being union and one being league. And then literally you have a national team for union, a national team for league. And I won't go into the details of what the differences are because, heck, I don't even know all the differences either. I just know that they're pretty similar. But league is one of the bigger, at least in Australia, I believe it's the NRL, National Rugby League. There's also a league that's played in that part of the world that also has teams. It's not the league; it's the union league. Union, I believe, that's played teams in Japan, New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, and I believe maybe one more, maybe India. Oh, that's right. India's got their own league. But anyway, long and short of it is rugby is a very interesting ball game because you really have 2 different versions played worldwide. And it's pretty crazy because I for the most part, most of my time, my first couple of years in Australia, I didn't know there was any difference. I thought rugby was all rugby, but there's actually 2 different codes. Well, rugby league is where Australia's really had some huge success on the rugby gridiron, if you will. They won. Here, the Australian national team from 1972 to 2005 won 7 consecutive World Cups, Rugby League World Cups from 1975 to 2000. And that dynasty went really to 2005. They won another one. They skipped one and won another one. But it's every 2 years of the World Cup, I believe. They had 33-year Test series winning streak. What's that mean? A test is describe it in North American terms. Test would be, it's a series usually or a match played between Australia and, for example, England, or Australia and India. And it could be in cricket, it could be in rugby, either one. But test cricket is a word you hear a lot in Australia. And so test cricket is something that you hear a lot of Australians say, or a lot of sport people over there say. And it basically, to make it North American terms for us, I compare it to the U.S. national team playing Canada in a best of 7, best of 6, best of whatever in something. That's basically what it is. And it's a big deal. And oftentimes those test matches, they play in multiple cities across the country or whatever. And that's kind of, that's the basic about. But anyway, the Australian national team won 33 consecutive test series matches because they won against various teams of England, South Africa, whatever. So that would be dynasty number 1. Number 2, most recently in Australian sport, Queensland in rugby, the state of Queensland, which you've got Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria, South Australia, Western Australia, the Northern Territory, and then Tasmania. But the state of Queensland in the state of New South Wales play what they call the state of origin, meaning that it's basically it'd be like the state team of Texas playing the state team of California in a sport. Well, in this case, it's rugby. It's called state of origin, meaning the origin of your state. From New South Wales, you play for New South Wales. If you play for Queensland, you play for Queensland. The New South Wales team is called the Blues, a light Carolina blue, and the Maroons, what Queensland is called. And Queensland has won, at one point, they won 11 straight state of origins to 2017 from 6 to 17. I believe they lost. They've won another 2 since then. I think they lost 1 and won 2, something along those lines. But that is a huge dynasty. It means they beat New South Wales 11 straight years in this tournament. It's a best of 3. So you get the idea there, best of Australian dynasties. And then South Sydney, which South Sydney in the National Rugby League, which I believe Russell Crowe owns a piece of. I think so, the actor. But they've won most successful team as far as championships in rugby. And then cricket. Cricket also huge in Australia. The Australian national team, their dynasty was from 1945 to 1953. Another one from 1996 to 2007, where they won 3 straight World Cups. So really in Australia, their sports dynasties are not although they do know about the Bulls and the Yankees and whatnot, the 90s Cowboys, whatever, the Patriots, they know about all those teams. But in Australia, the team sport dynasties would be rugby, cricket, and the Davis Cup. And then again, so that's kind of that. Ryan asked you that question on Monday, and I kind of knew sort of the history there, but I want to dig that up for you. So I just killed 15 minutes on dynasties in Australia. How about that, huh? You want to join me, Kevin? You're out there. What's going on today, Kevin? Matt Fain, how you doing, brother? Up there in Wiley, Texas. Let's see here. So are the people out there buying? Oh, my wife wants to know, are you guys out there buying fashionable masks? We actually ordered me a Cowboys and a Rangers mask. Anybody else ordering a cool mask? Anybody got a cool custom? We have custom-made masks here. Mine's like a little plaid one of some sort. But you guys ordering or got custom-made masks? I know anybody making them? That's what she's asking. Okay. And she's also asking, anyone out there want a free? Oh, you just talked about that. I'm sorry. Yeah, Matt needs to go live. Fuel Home Mini is gone. Yeah, okay. Who do we give it to? I don't even know what we did. I don't know what's going on. So you'd like to join me? We'd love to have you on. The virtual green room is open. It is virtual happy hour on a Wednesday. It's the Pure Gold Organic Light Lager. Not bad. Not bad at all. 2.5 carbs, 85 calories. This house has been a weight losing house. We're both on the Weight Watchers diet, which has been good to both of us. My lovely wife is just withering away. I'm trying to play catch up, and it's going to take me a while. Two-ton Danny here is going to take a while to catch up, but making progress. So we're all excited about that. And it's kind of funny when you cross. You guys have ever died, and you know what I'm talking about. But when you cross a threshold of from 0 to 9, meaning you weigh 10 pounds and now you weigh 9 pounds or 9.9. If you're 10.01, then you go to 9.99. That's a win, right? You cross that threshold, and crossed the threshold last week. And my wife is about it. She's also maintained where she wants to be. She's in her high school weight, for crying out loud. How about that? Some high school weight, I'd blow away. I got to see Connie out there as well. Let's see here. Hey, Connie, how you doing? Wife says she feels fat today. That's ridiculous. Mom's got the quarantine, but that may be a thing. I don't know. That may be a thing as well. The weird thing for us, I always like to eat out, but I really want to eat out now. I mean, I really want a restaurant to serve me. I mean, we have not eaten out. We've had it to-go food. We've not eaten out It's weird. It's a really, you get so ingrained in going to dinner once in a while, even though it's once a week or a couple times a month, but not going now for 60 days. The last sit-down meal we had as a couple in a restaurant would have been at the airport in Belize City. Would have been Belize. I say Belize City. Is that the right name of it? Would have been the lunch we had at the airport, and then we had a dinner the night before. And they're at they're on the Key there, and on the island. That's the last time we actually had a sit-down meal. So it's been 60 days. I mean, sit-down meal at a restaurant, right? I mean, so and I was telling Mom earlier, you guys may have heard this, liquor laws in Texas are changing because of this, because suddenly they're not enforcing. You to get a beer to go was dang near impossible. To go to a restaurant and get a margarita to go. Now, Louisiana, that's been a little easier to do, but here the liquor laws were written in such a way and the licenses in such a way, they get those tax dollars, but a little bit some of the laws are archaic too, but they've come in and now restaurants are able to deliver 6-packs and all that. So it's all good. So
I'm on a 5-minute break.
What's that mean?
They're counting votes.
What are you voting on? Dog catcher or?
No, senior prizes. It's a big deal.
Oh, that sounds like lots of mud.
It's just a long meeting. It's a big deal, and we're happy to do it. It just takes a long time.
No, you better go back in there. Hey, Trump again.
Yeah, one of the guys that I work with took the Google Home Mini, so that was good.
What's happening? We're supposed to give away our show, or?
Well, we could have, but nobody chimed in, so I gave it away.
Well,
I posted on Facebook.
We got so many people watching, all 2 of them, so all 3. How about that?
Well, they come in and out.
Yeah, well, the topics are just like I bored them to death with Australian topics.
Hey, I'm repping unbelievable time in Belize.
Weight Watchers AA, Connie says either one. Yeah, which one? Which one comes first? Well, we started our diet in the worst possible time, Thanksgiving, and I mean we right around that 10 days prior, and then we went through Thanksgiving, the holidays. We went through our anniversary as well, Thanksgiving, then our anniversary, and then we went the holidays. And then we went through Valentine's. I went to Australia, and we had Valentine's. Then we had spring break, and somehow we managed to both trend downwards through all that. So I sit there and stuff myself with pretzels. But somehow, some way. Mom's middle name is Carryout. There you go. And Connie says, "Hey, Jim, she'll be back. She's doing some schoolwork. They're wrapping things up really right now. The folks there at St. Mark's. Been a rough year for those boys. Now, not only is that here's a senior class at St. Mark's. They had a tornado blow their school all around back in November. Now they're not going to. Then their graduation's been all up and down too. So it's been a crazy year with those boys here in our neighborhood. I pull a beverage here. Oh, wait, I didn't see this. Apparently, my wife and I actually are going to go to the house. We have plans to go to the Blake's on Friday. How about that? So to wear a mask there. Let's see Christy and Tommy on Friday. That'll be good. If you want to join me, there we go. Yesterday would have been opening day for me and the American Association. Let's see, the 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Been my 7th in the league. I've been in the league 8 years, but the first year I was not a part of opening day in Gary. I joined a little bit later, a couple weeks later. So, but 7th opening day in the association would have been my, let's see, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 12th, and then, oh gosh, another 4. So 18 opening days worldwide, something like that. 19, I believe, if I do my math in my head, and didn't happen. Did not happen this year. It was a really strange day yesterday for me, but I told you guys, and it's something that I echo over and over again, the goal is to come out of this thing a little bit better than we went into it. And that's my goal, and trying to be positive as best we can be. And it was a little bit bittersweet. I mean, it was painful, but it's what I do. It is what I do. But not doing it is a little odd, and I think what it is too, it makes you appreciate the times you do have. I mean, I think sometimes we get especially if you do what you really want to do. Now, some of us may not do what they really want to do. Some people may not have the dream job. They may not be in the career they really want to be in. But if you are blessed enough to be in a career you really, really enjoy, sometimes it's only human nature. We get a little bit, okay, take it for granted. I mean, okay, well, another year, another this. Okay, I got to do this, to pack my bags and go to the, suddenly it doesn't become not a chore necessarily, but I think we do as humans naturally take things for granted. And I think that we all wake up call once in a while. And for me, in my business, that's a wake up call, because suddenly not doing what you really want to do, what you really think you're blessed at, you're not doing it. And you realize that there was a lot of times maybe in maybe a 14-inning ball game, you were like wishing it was over with, but you'd go back to that 14-inning ball game now. You'll never hear me complain about those kind of things on the air anyway, because I may off the air joke about it or make a joke on the air about it, but by and large, I do 20 innings a night if I had to, because it's something I enjoy that much. But at the same time, on a human nature, we drop our guard a bit. I think yesterday it hit me that may drop my guard just a little bit. Very thankful for where I am in the life. Very thankful for the things I have, but it definitely was weird yesterday not to not have a game to call. It just was really strange. I mean, all good. All righty. What else is going on? Okay, today, I mentioned the great show today. Mentioned as well. I didn't realize, you guys know this? I didn't know this. Should have. But Facebook has this place called Facebook Marketplace. I didn't know this. I mean, eBay, obviously, I know that. But my daughter showed me that the other day, and she actually bought a really cool desk she picked up on Facebook Marketplace. And the thing was, it looked, one of those desks that looked heavy. It was light as a feather. It was really durable. It was a big day around the house. Kyle, good to see you, mate. Speaking of Australia, I was talking about Australia earlier, and glad you're along, my friend. What else? Let's see here. What else are you guys doing? Somebody fires something off. Could be some. Oh, here we go. Let's get. Yep, plans to get out. My wife says. My first. Let's see here. My first inside the real world adventure to the beauty shop tomorrow. Contrary to your sister's wishes, escaping home jail for 2 hours. Strict protocols of the salon. Yeah, I would imagine. I think that's the case, and I mean that's one of the things even in Texas here, that they've got the stricter than usual protocols. I did see the company that I get my hair cut at has several locations across the Midwest and the South, and their location, I can't remember where, but they had the stylist, whatever, the people that cut your hair, have these cool custom-made masks with their company on there and all that, and it was kind of cool. So maybe it's a custom-made mask for the folks there at your place tomorrow, Mom. Who knows? What else we got here? I'm sure you'll be fine if they're being safe. My wife says yes. I'm sure my mom will be fine. So all good. So again, if you would love to join me, I got to put that up before you get us for a moment. Let me hear what you guys are doing. What else? I thought my Australia thing would take longer, and it took way too long. The Australian sports dynasties. I've not finished the whole. We've only started The Last Dance, the Jordan thing. I'm not going to say a lot about it yet because I've seen a lot of controversial, not so much controversial, but some hotter sports opinions on Jordan toward the end, and there's some different. I guess it gets really dicey or spicy toward the end. But looking forward to seeing more of that. And we've been in a groove fast forwarding through Better Call Saul. So we've been blowing through that, got through Breaking Bad. We're now blowing through this, and we kind of get in one format and go through it and knock them all out. And And so that's where we're kind of at. I have them recorded, so I need to play catch up on that. But some of that, good to see Lisa as well, cousin out there. But yeah, I don't know what you guys are watching, but it's funny today because Denning, my friend in Denning, that was on the broadcast today at lunch, was I'm almost out of things to watch. It's kind of getting that way too. Let's see here. Have to wear a mask and see the hair dye all over it. Okay, I got you. And let's see here. Are the restaurants open at? You know, I think it's still 25. See, that's a weird thing because we were out the first week this started 3 weeks ago, when they had the relaxed the protocols. You'd see shots of people, almost shoulder to shoulder. You'd see some places there was a little more space. Having been in a couple places recently that they've got it marked off. I told you I went to get to go food the other night, and there were 2 chairs that separated me from the counter. I had to lean over to get my goodies. I think it varies upon each place, but I know it's supposed to be 25%. I know they're supposed to make the next jump up, but I don't know. I mean, 25% to some place could be in a place empty. Some place may look pretty busy. I mean, it all depends, I guess, on the place you're going to. I saw a shot last night on the local news of a local place known as Snuffers, and these folks they looked like it was a normal day in the patio. So I think it all kind of depends. I mean, really, we're venturing out on Friday, but again, not to a restaurant. We will at some point. Probably patio. I think patio space makes more sense. The places we like the most, one doesn't have a patio, so that would probably X that out. But there are, there are enough patios out there. I think we'll venture out. I feel like we will. Oh, there's the dog. There you go. Let him in. He barks and gets to come inside. But yeah, it's still weird. I'll be interested to see though when we actually do hit a restaurant locally, and just a tad there. I'm interested to see how it goes, how it looks in general. But it's. I tell you, the drive-through lines have been crazy. I did. It would have been Tuesday, delivering something at church, and I thought, well, I'll go through the drive-through because Starbucks now is open. I was craving a flat white that they made out of flat white's a coffee that you get. They do a great job in Australia. The flat white, and they make it with I think it was coconut milk, so it's not quite as much dairy in it. And then that sounded great to me, right? So I get a flat white, and I go to the Starbucks. I'll just order on my app, but I can't go inside and pick it up. I had to go to the drive-through. I got the drive-through. The drive-through was like 30 cars long. It was like they were giving away $100 bills. So I ain't doing it. So the drive-through business is doing well for certain places, and other places not so much. But yeah, Connie, we're supposed to be at 25% up to 50%, but I don't know. Again, I think people are all doing it their own thing. I mean, it depends on what your setup is, and I mean, for example, some places I'll use this. There's a place we go to, El Phoenix, and it's parts of the restaurant are pretty tight packed. Some of it's not. It all kind of depends on what part of the restaurant you're in, and all that. I mean, there are days on a Sunday where it's packed, but yet we're in the right section. I don't feel like I'm sitting on somebody's lap. There are other times we've been in there, and I feel like I'm sitting, shoulder to shoulder to people. So all that goes into effect as well. So all good. Let's see here. What else we got here? Connie says, and he has 50%, but they're pretty packed. People are nuts. Yeah, people are nuts. That's the thing, Not trying to be judge and jury here, and I got my political rant, but slight political rant 2 weeks ago. I don't usually do that on Facebook anyway. I don't think it matters who you voted for, who you want to vote for. We got to get past this thing and get the economy going again, and get people healthy and take care of our loved ones and our elderly and our people that are immunocompromised, all that. We got to do a lot of things for a lot of people. And it's like I tweeted the other day, I think it was Monday. for baseball to come up again and play, it's going to be an ambitious process. I mean, ambition. But going forward, our lives are going to have to be ambitious. We have to be ambitious to do things we have done before. You want to get on a plane, it's going to take some ambition, some creativity. You go on vacation, some creativity, some ambition, and it's going to take that. So it's still we're in that mode where everything's going to be different. We have to really be, again, I'm going to bring my wife here in just a moment, but take some ambition. It's going to be like that. So people are nuts, and I hope, but again, I'm not going to try to bring people, bring people down, but people do some things for themselves and themselves only, and I catch myself doing the same thing. I catch myself saying, well, as far as I'm concerned, at the same time, I also be concerned about those other people. I'm not walking around carrying a COVID to everybody, but they don't know that, and have some consideration and have empathy for folks that are struggling. And it's just it's a lot of emotions out there, a lot of people that need a lot of love. It doesn't matter who you vote for or not vote for, just and understanding. I mean, my view of day 60 is one thing from somebody else's view. I mean, I told you guys like a month ago that I was more as a conservative, was more on the liberal side of things as far as this whole deal. But now I'm coming around and saying, well, you know what? I'm going to take my chances. Doesn't make me a bad person. Doesn't make me rotten or anything. No more than the person who stays home because they don't want to go out and affect anybody. I get it. So I want to get past that whole thing. Let's bring the wife in and unplug me here. Oops. Slide those chairs around there. Unplug this. Go ahead. Hello.
I just figured I'd pop in before you signed off because we're probably about done.
Yeah, I killed enough time. I'm bored to death enough.
Yeah, anyway, just done with my meeting. It went well. That's good.
I'm sure everybody wanted to know about that.
It's the truth.
What are y'all doing there?
I said senior prizes.
Oh. So we're giving like Google Drives or something?
No, that had nothing to do with it. There's special awards at the end of the year.
So we're actually going to be venturing out on Friday, you say?
Yeah, we're going to the lakes.
I mean, like, what do you mean? What do you mean? I haven't been told what I'm doing. I'm just going to show up, or how's that
We're
work?
going to Christy and Tommy's. It's 6. So happy hour will have to start early and end early.
Okay, won't be any traffic, so don't have to worry about that.
No. And
30
they
minutes
asked what
like
kind
that.
of drinks you like, and I said beer, you weren't picky.
Huh.
So we'll get to sit out by the pool. Hopefully it won't be raining. Hopefully it'll be nice weather. We'll get to hang out with the bikes. It'll be fun.
Oh, okay. All right. That should be fun.
We need to make plans with Thanes, too.
Okay.
A lot of other people.
Yeah, a lot of people. We're kind of waiting around. We're kind of in limbo because we don't know. Well, she knows school will start around. Don't you kind of know when you're going to start?
School next year.
Yeah, you kind
In
of know.
August.
Yeah, I mean, but you know those dates and all that. For us, we're still waiting around to find out. And really, our whole summer kind of hinges on if we go to Kansas City or not. Are we going to KC? We don't. And as of right now, we feel like we're going to be going probably the 15th of June, but that's no guarantee. And starting around the latter part of June, early July, playing July and August and part of September, and it'll be a short season. But that's to be determined. So a lot of hangs in the balance there because we don't go to KC. We'll probably do something in July as a family, and of course my mom's got her birthday coming up as well. She turns 40, so we're gonna have a big bash for her for that. So there's a lot of things in play, but we just don't know until we know about the baseball thing. And it looks like the big leagues are making progress, but again, I think what's going to take. I'll say this way. I kind of heard this from. I didn't hear this, but I thought about this and listened to Ryan Hyde's show the other day. It's going to take one of the leagues, one of the sports leagues, saying, you know what? Okay, we're going to step back and just not do it. And when one league does that, I think you'll see a couple others do that because I just don't see how Major League Baseball, NBA, and NHL can all get them all going and then turn around and get your playoffs done. And the NBA playoffs like a month. I mean, they started June 1. They'd be, maybe into July, or mid-July when they got done. The NHL, same thing. And you're going to turn around and go to training camp late September, early October. I think our best chance going forward for sport is NFL and college football. I think that's the best case scenario for all parties involved. Now, it doesn't mean baseball in the major league will not. They have a chance. I mean, their clock's ticking. They also play a lot longer season, but their clock's ticking. So I think it's going to take one sport to say, hey, we're just not going to do it. I feel that way, but I also feel that if you follow the American Association, that we have a good chance, and we're hoping to get some news later on this week that will be a thumbs up for a mid-June start, or not mid-June, but a mid-June departure for Kansas City, and we'll be up there. You'll grab the screen, babe. So what else you got?
I got nothing. My
Got
brain's
nothing.
fried. I've been working since 10 this morning. It's
All right.
a long day on the computer.
That's a long day. A lot of people are joining us. You go to YouTube, and you
Day
can.
60.
It's where you can see the archives of all these shows there. If you
The
want
riveting entertainment.
riveting entertainment. Some of you folks are joining us. Somebody got to join me on Friday. I'm gonna have to. Do I have to send an email invites now?
Yeah, send one to Matt.
This thing's starting to lose its legs. I mean, down to 2 viewers. So hey, we'll do it again on Friday. I don't care if we have 1 viewer or 2 viewers. I'm gonna keep going, and you guys may all
We'll be on our own.
y'all might all defriend me, and cheers to you too. All right.
You know,
But anyway, thanks for joining us, all 2 of you. And if you're watching the replay, thanks for joining us as well. Sorry we didn't get couple cam today, but it's about dinner time here, and we'll let you guys go. So we'll sign off. I'll put the old close sign up. Please be careful, whatever you are, and hug someone you're close to, love somebody. Let's all be happy and be better tomorrow than we were today. How about that? We'll see you guys on Friday. A little early on Friday because, again, we are going to our friend's house, so start a little bit early on Friday. I'll let you guys know on Facebook and on Twitter both. Let you guys know the time frame of that on Friday. So, all good. Close signs up, and we will. Oops, you're going to do that. There we go. Close signs up, and we will put the virtual happy hour sign up as well. And
No,
there we go.
really gone.
Now, hold on, I'm moving around here. There we go. There we go.
There we
Moving
go.
around there. But see you guys on Friday. Have a great rest of your day, and love y'all. See y'all.